Every once in a while you need a tool and you just don't have it. In my case, I needed a little file. I needed a thin, flat file so that I could go in and clean up the mouth on a plane. You remember the little no-name plane that didn't work? Well, I had to go in and clean up the mouth on it because the mouth wasn't flat and it was full of rust. So I took a piece of steel plate, cut it into this shape, and glued on a piece of 500 grit sandpaper onto it. When I did that, I thought, that's a handy thing to have around. I thought, if I have 500 grit on one side, why not 1,000 on the other? So what I did is I made a plate that's got 500 on this one and 1,000 on that one. And I thought, this is the narrow one, that's the wide one. I'm going to take a piece of 1,000 grit sandpaper and glue it on the back of this 500 grit. Then I'm going to take a piece of 500 grit and glue it on the back of this 1,000. That way I'll have a wide one and a narrow one, both 1,000 and 500. To do that, I'm going to use this wet or dry sandpaper. One piece of 1,000. One piece of 500. It's real simple to make the shape of the paper correct. You just lay the steel on top of it and use it as a template to tear off the paper. And you do the same thing with the other one. Now, so I don't mess up my bench, I'm going to use a piece of paper towel as a backdrop, and I'm going to spray it with Dapwell wood spray adhesive. You can use all kinds of this stuff. They make some for scrapbooking that works just fine. I just happened to find this can at a reasonable price at one of the stores that I was in, so I got it. I just have to wait a few seconds for it to set up. And flip it over. Set it on top. And there's a piece of steel with sanding grit on both sides. Quick and easy. Net cost about 10 cents a piece.